This is
Goated.
What is this?
Goated.
goated.
I like that.
That sucked. 3, 2, 1. There we go. You already know what that sound means. This means we're back. We had another episode of the greatest podcast of all time, the GOATED Podcast. I'm your GOAT Mac, here with my boy Antoine, my boy Jay Hamilton, here to give you guys some more GOAT game about your emotions. Boo-hoo. You feel me? I'm holding my heart. I'm supposed to be boo-hoo.
Hey, emotions come from the heart,
Cry.
man.
I know, right? But
Cry.
the thing,
Keep it inside, though.
But the thing about
Keep it
it,
inside. Don't tell nobody.
I got to give them the game, though.
Nah, you a man.
I know, but the
You a
man in
man.
me wants to give them the GOAT game, bro.
Yeah, but they man. They should.
don't need to care about their emotions.
Women.
They
Hold on.
shouldn't care about
Hold
their
on.
emotions,
Let's be
right?
politically correct.
Right.
Correct. Man, woman, they, him, they, sure, she, all of the above.
Hey, there's a lot more you gotta go, bro. There's a
all
lot
of the
more.
above.
Hey,
Listen,
but guess what? Didn't they say, equal equality, equal rights? So that means that men should be able to express themselves too.
100%, man.
Isn't
But
that right?
the point I want to make about being a GOAT when it comes to emotion is that being in tune with your emotions is how you get shit done. Don't nothing gets done until you channel your emotions in a way that makes you move to get shit done.
Explain to them in a way to where not expressing your emotions can sabotage yourself.
Okay, not expressing your emotions could sabotage you, right? Let's say you sitting at home, right? I'm talking to you. You fat, you lazy, you out of shape. You're not expressing your emotions. Hold on, check me out here. Feel me out, though. You're not in tune with your emotions or how that makes you feel. You know how it makes you feel, but you're not channeling that emotion, right? You just going to sit your ass on that couch, tiptoe to the fridge yet again, get you a little snacky snack, and remain fat, lazy, and out of shape. But when you channel that emotion of how that internally makes you feel, because it negatively gives you a negative vibration, now you're going to start taking positive actions to put yourself in a better position. Right. So now you're going to cut out the sugar, sweets, bullshit, and all the other fat shit, right? Now you're going to go start exercising. Now you're going to start looking for a better diet and nutrition. Now you might even want to look to seek out professional help from either of us. You feel me? So that's how you channel your emotions to get shit done.
Right.
It's big, bro. Like, you're right. Like, people probably got triggered when you said that. Calling them fat, lazy, right?
They don't want to hear that. They don't
want to hear that, and they hide their emotions. And it comes down to being honest with yourself, right? And so no one really wants to be fat. No one wants to be called lazy, but they justify it.
And you know what? They confuse themselves with being happy and being upset. Is that when you know that there's something in your life that you're doing that you don't like, you're pissed off about it. Every single time that you do it, you get very angry about it. And I feel like you should get angry about it, because happiness is when you are fully confident in yourself and your actions and what you're doing, right? That internal dialogue is positive. It's your chakra, your inner chakra. Your positive energy is flowing, is radiating inside and out. People can feel it. You can feel it. You know it. You know what I'm saying? You know when you're walking around with your chest up and your chin high and you're smiling, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But when you're not, you're
talking to the mic, my boy. It's just
look.
a little too close to your neck.
Hey, look.
This dude neck talking. He head ass.
Hey, but like when you go out in the public, you are too scared to talk to that girl that you're interested in. Or when you go to work and you have to do public speaking, you're stuttering because of the small things that you're doing when nobody's looking.
Yep.
Those things are conflicting with the big things that you are trying to accomplish in your day. So if you attack the small things, you can get rid of those and be pissed off with those things. As soon as you wake up, understand those things that make you mad and write down those things that you've done at the end of the day. Be like, this is where I fucked up at.
You do that?
Yeah, 100%. I don't write down the good things that I do in the day because I already know what those things are, right? It's like reverse affirmations, right? You can write down all the affirmations in the world, but if you're still doing the things that's still fucking you up in the head, then all those affirmations are going to be clouded.
Yeah.
You might accomplish some of those, but your vision is going to be kind of scarce.
I feel
you know what I'm saying?
So for the people watching, the habit that they can do is writing down the things that mess them up in the day.
Absolutely.
That's a good tactic.
Yes.
Reverse psychology.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to
On
your,
yourself.
pay attention to your weaknesses so you know what to pinpoint to grow.
Facts.
Right? Because as you grow your weaknesses, everything that you do positively is going to grow as well. It's inevitable.
Right.
Right.
So I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. But
Say
you can share
less.
if you want. You can share if you want.
Say less.
Did you do it? Did you do it yesterday? Like, what's something you could write down yesterday or today that, like, man, I need to improve on this?
Oh, something I can definitely say is something I said to you earlier. Waking up on time.
Okay.
Waking up on the time that I say that I'm going to wake up. And I really like to wake up at the time of stillness. So when nobody else is up, because I feel like when there's other people up and there's other things that I have to attend to, that's when I get into thought of misdirection. You know what I'm saying? But when I can focus on myself during that first bit of the day, I'm able to really attack the rest of my day. So I would say definitely not waking up on time. And what I mean waking up on time, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning at the time of stillness and setting my day up for success. Because if I start my day with F, my whole day is going to be F'd up.
I
You
feel
know what I'm saying?
So you didn't wake up on time today.
No.
And so you write down, and I didn't wake up on time today, and then you write down how to fix it or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was forced to go to sleep late. Mondays and Tuesdays I have school, like I said, from 10:30. But
Excuses.
that's an excuse. Right. And no matter what, I should still stick to that, what do you call it?
Routine.
Routine, but
Stick to the script, my boy.
get to
Yeah.
the script. Yeah.
Yeah. Stick to what you committed to.
Right.
That's good, man. That's big. But yeah, like in general, emotions is a tough topic.
Non-negotiables.
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 Love it.
Non-negotiables.
He put that finger out there like it just hit him. Non-negotiables.
Hey, that's that military stuff. You know,
Yeah, straight up.
You put the finger out. But
Straight
yeah,
up.
non-negotiables. If anybody's listening out there, don't focus so much on affirmations and the things that you want in life. Focus on the things that you are not willing to negotiate with yourself. Once you lock down those things that you're not willing to negotiate with yourself, you thus enhance the internal dialogue that you have with yourself and boost that intrinsic motivation, that internal motivation. Because
Non-negotiables.
the outside shit, the YouTube stuff, the you know, let's get it, let's go. You know
Oh,
what
the
I'm saying?
hype.
But-
All the
Oh, the
hype
hype.
stuff, none of that stuff is really going to affect you until you can affect yourself.
Man, a majority of people, right? It's not that people don't want for themselves. It's just that I feel like a majority of people stay in the same place because they're not hungry enough. They know that they're hungry. They know that they're tired. They know that they're not in a good place emotionally about themselves, their life, finances, relationship, whatever the space may be. It's just that a lot of people are intimidated and they rely on self-comfort because the fear of just stepping outside what's comfortable to them is overwhelming to what they feel on the inside. You feel me? Like that inner security, right? It's like I might be feeling down about my job or my finances or my relationship or whatever, but to take a step outside of this norm, that this space that you've already created for yourself, that's even scarier because you don't know what's out there, right? Everybody fears the unknown. You feel me?
Yeah, people get in their comfort zone, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. But it's like, I look at it like this, right? So imagine, we all cavemen. We don't know what's in the outside world, but when you hungry enough, you go out and you hunt.
Yeah.
You feel me? You go out and you go find something. You get your fill.
Yeah.
Right. So until you get to that point to where you can channel that hunger into the proper, like, positive direction, and that hunger keeps you going forward. Right. You don't give up. You don't give in to your appetite. Then and only then you will start to find success. You feel me? If you want to grow your business, be hungry about growing your business, right? Find happiness in that. Find something to keep you going, keep you motivated. Channel that emotion.
Is it about channeling the hunger, or is it just being hungry enough?
I feel channeling it.
Because like the caveman example, if they're really hungry, they don't gotta understand, oh, I gotta put my hunger in this direction, I gotta channel it. It's like, I'm gonna figure it out because they're hungry enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you in your business, if you need to make money to pay rent, that's you being hungry enough. So you'll figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't got to channel it. You don't got to like meditate and think like, oh, where can I put this energy? It's I need it.
But what about on the flip side? If you don't need the money from your business to pay rent, right? You already like us in
You're
our
not hungry
situation.
enough.
No. It's not even that. It's like channeling. It's like, what are you willing? You're not hungry enough. What was you? Your two examples. You said hungry enough or channeling, right?
Yeah.
So
you were saying like you need to channel your hunger.
Yeah.
Right. The caveman needs to channel his hunger, but I'm saying he doesn't need to channel his hunger. It's once he gets hungry enough, he'll figure it out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people wait until that starvation period to even make the first move, right? Using that example, right? Like, once you're hungry enough, just like, I'm starving, now I gotta move. Versus like, you don't have to wait till you're at the shit low bottom of the barrel to make a move, right? If you are already hungry and you just started off, prime example, you know, we got our day-to-day jobs, but we also have a business. If we're just hungry enough, then we'll just go full tilt into the business. You know what I'm saying? We're not starving to where we need our business to work to pay bills. It's just the fact that we're hungry enough to be able to channel it, that energy to make our business the primary source of income.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. So it goes down to like, is it a want or is it a need? Is it a must-have? Right.
Everybody's situation is different.
Sometimes it's not a need. Sometimes, like what he's saying right now, is like sometimes it's not a need because financially you don't need it, but you want it because it's something that you're into or something that you wish to accomplish in life. So,
but I don't want to shortchange this, right? So even for individuals at home, right? I use the prime example of individuals that are fat, lazy, and out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait until you see yourself at a point where like, oh, I'm getting fat, but I'm cool. I promise you, you're on a path to getting fatter. You get what I'm saying?
True.
I promise you, you're on a path to where in another 12 months, you're not going to look like whatever you're looking at in the mirror, right? So don't wait to that period where it seems like there's a point of no return. You feel me?
Right.
Then that's when you really dig yourself down emotionally of like, damn, I can't believe I'm in this position. Now it just becomes that much harder on you mentally and emotionally and even spiritually in a lot of cases.
Right.
So,
I
you know what I'm
got a
saying?
question for you.
What's that?
So how can someone channel their emotions to be like, I'm getting fat, I need to make a change before they're to that point where they're super driven to do it?
People are blinded by false realities.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, people are super blinded by false realities. That's why individuals are going to get like BBLs and all these operations, because it's like, oh, I can just go get a fix-all, one-off fix-all. You know what I'm saying? That's a false reality because that's just surface shit. Once you tell yourselves lies about what's going on the surface, then your inner will believe it and it becomes like what you actually see. Right? So if you're actually honest enough to be able to say, yeah, you know what? I am getting fat. I do need to make a change. Yeah, you know what? I'm not making a lot of money. I do need to make it. Yeah, you know what? I'm not happy. I do need to make a change, and actually believe those words for yourself and not what other people are saying, because social media, like, everybody will boost you up. Like, oh man, you look great. Oh, I can't believe you look amazing.
You know who's the worst? Women.
Women
on
are.
social media.
I'm not even gonna
They
lie
lie to each other, bro.
Women do lie to
It's
each other.
terrible.
Oh, you look great. Like, as a friend, you should tell you
yes,
as
queen.
women.
You're a queen.
Imagine-
you're the baddest bitch alive.
It's not, and
All
that's
of
not
these
to say
things.
that's not to say that a woman's personality doesn't deserve that type of attention. Is that if you see a friend, as women,
It's the
I'll say,
physical aspects.
yeah, if you see a friend like becoming out of shape, you should be able to say, hey babe, you know what I'm saying, or have girls talk to each other, hey babe, I just want to say, like, you're letting yourself go. I think you need to take better care of yourself. Because as men tell each other that, you know what I'm saying, like, bro, you fat. We make jokes about it, but at the same time, we be serious about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like, hey, bro, you kind of fat, bro. You might want to hop on the plane, get in the gym. What you doing, bro? And it sounds like a normal guy conversation, because that's just what it
when
is.
you come to the gym with me.
Type shit.
Those
You know what I'm
type
saying? That's
things,
just a
yeah.
normal guy conversation. But
Bypass.
you don't see a lot of women telling another woman. I'm not gonna speak on women. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see. I understand
Hey,
exactly
bro,
what you're saying,
speak
though.
on
That's
what
not a
needs to
normal
get
woman
spoken
conversation
on.
to tell another woman that, hey, you're actually
Right.
you're out of shape and you should probably.
Because it's a great example of what you're saying right now. Even like you don't want to really speak on women. It really is a problem in our society nowadays, especially with the BBLs, with the lip injections, the Botox, the whole thing. The whole body can get done,
Yeah.
surgically done,
Shortcuts.
right? And it's like you might look like the shit, but you probably feel like shit as well.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
How many years it take before it be like, all this other stuff fall,
Yeah.
but that plastic be like,
Perfect. Hey, for the listeners at home, Mark is making a.
I'm making fun. I don't.
What's the
listen.
procedure? Lip injection.
Bro, I don't.
Yeah.
I make fun of individuals. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do, because people have the right to live their life the way they want to live. They have the right to do whatever they want to do. But the truth in it all is that you as an individual have to love yourself enough to say, I don't have to fit into the social norms of what the standards of beauty is. I don't have to do what other people are doing to make myself feel beautiful enough, make myself feel like I fit this mold or this scheme.
Right.
Have you ever, and men know this, when you can just look at a woman and be like, no, she's sexy. It's something about that woman, her confidence, that draws a man to her. You know what I'm saying? It's not surface. A woman can be super beautiful on the outside, but her inner just be so dark to where it'll just push a man away.
Push you off, yeah.
But it's something about a confident woman and the way that she moves that always draw a man. You feel me? So when women are able to say that for themselves, to say, you know what, fuck what standards are. You know what I'm saying? This makes me, I'm comfortable with this, what God has blessed me. You know what I'm saying? And capitalize on that, build that. You have nothing but all respect from everyone.
From everyone, yeah. It's how you feel on the inside.
How you feel on the inside.
But yeah, taking it back to men, a big thing with emotions that stops men is our ego, right? And so you can go up to a friend and say, hey, bro, hit the gym with me. But they'll be like, nah, man, I don't need it, or whatever, right?
Or I don't know if I can keep up. I don't know if I can keep up, but I don't know if I ever look like.
Yeah, they'll find any excuse in the book to not make it.
Yeah.
And so, to the men that let their ego control themselves, what would you guys say is, how can they quiet that ego and find true success in whatever they're trying to level up in?
I feel like for a man, it comes down to experience. Like, they have to go through the motions in order for them to understand on how they actually feel. And it boils down all the way from like when we were actually brought up in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were brought up to, if you bumped your knee, walk it off, right? Like those type of aspects. And, you know, you're not supposed to cry. Boys don't cry, right? And, you know, I'm here to tell you, personally, I've cried. Multiple times.
6 times in my life. To be exact.
Hey, that's how you made it sound, right? I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I've cried before.
And on November 3rd of
like what?
2 tears on November 3rd. 2 tears.
This dude crazy.
2 big ones.
This dude crazy.
Yeah, but you know, I've cried in very like stressful situations, man, and I felt the most relieved. You know what I'm saying? Just because all that stuff that we harness in it's toxic to the inside. And it's just like a ticking bomb. Mm-hmm. It's like eventually, after a while, when you hold on to something for so long, it's going to explode on you. Or you're going to go 6 feet under with it, right? You're just like, forget it. It's not even worth it.
So you know how they say men make decisions based on logic and women make decisions on emotions. Mm-hmm. When it comes to a man not being able to channel his ego, I look at him like, bro, you being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, use your mind, right? Like, level up. Like, actually be logical. Think, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men say that they have these goals or these things that they want to do, but they don't logically make the right steps to make any of those goals achievable. They don't make anything concrete. So logically, I'll look at a guy and be like, bro, you being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing that to yourself, right? Because you have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and move on your own path to secure who you are before you can like be a leader of a family. 100%. You feel me? Like, my bad, I ain't mean to cut you off, but like that's what's crucial for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and in my own path, that was something I had to figure out for my own self. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, again, make the right decisions for yourself. Like, you can't be a leader to a family, a village, a pack, if you can't lead your own life, if you can't be disciplined in your own actions, then you just sound like a love hoe out here.
I agree.
My perspective.
I agree 100%. But, you know.
Then call him a hoe.
But, you know, we
no, say it with me now.
Hoe.
Spell it with me. H. Give me that H.
So we talked about, you know, at one point in your life, you were down, right? You walked away from bodybuilding and you were down. What was that inner talk with you when you were like not doing the necessary steps to go to the next level? Were you calling yourself a hoe? Were you like
100%, bro?
But did it help you?
See, that's I'm
Did
not.
it
I'm not.
put you in motion?
It does, bro. It does. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like that's how. I ain't gonna say I was raised, but that was always my group growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like all my friends, like, hey, bro, you been a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You been a hoe, bro. You been sorry, you weak. Not saying like the whole men shouldn't be tough, but men's always gotta be tough. It can't be emotional. It was just like one of those motivating factors because you know, like when someone in your circle says that, they're not saying it maliciously. They're just saying it like to be like, bro, get on your shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it rocking, right? So I would tell myself that like, man, I'm being a bitch out here, bro. I'm being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And I would do that I did that for a couple weeks. And I would get motion, but it was slow motion. It was like slower motion than I would be used to. Yeah. And I wasn't getting as much traction as I wanted to. So I had to actually sit back, and I just talked about it on my story just the other day. I was like, you know what, since I'm having such a trouble finding motivation to motivate myself, I have to find something different to motivate me and make me act. And what that was like, bro, I'm married now, and I want to be a leader of my own pack. Mm-hmm. I have to make these decisions, not just for me to make me happy. I have to do that for the future of the individuals that I'm going to raise, you know what I'm saying? The family that I want to raise, that I want to have, to put them in a position that was way better than what I had, you know what I'm saying? To give them all the blessings that I wasn't able to receive. You feel me? So that's what, like, if you're not able to motivate yourself, you got to look like, okay, what something else. Yeah, think deeper than yourself to say, oh, I want money and fame. I want riches and glory. I want I. Everybody is selfish, but when you actually act selflessly and act for others, man, you move so much more than what you ever think you would.
Your reason why has to be bigger than you.
Your reason why.
Absolutely.
But that's an emotion that you have to look within yourself, right? Depression always is sometimes for self, but sometimes you can find happiness in others.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Or inspiration in others, or whatever you need.
Yes.
In your tribe.
Yes.
So just kind of like going back to the start of the episode, we were talking about man with emotions, right? So let's say that somebody is, still being selfless. They are still like putting themselves on the line for their family, for their daughter, for their son, for their spouse, et cetera, but they are still dealing with some internal trauma that they're not able to express themselves. And Jeremy, I'm gonna go to you because we've been talking. We want to hear from you too as well. I'm sure they do too. But how would you personally deal with some things internally that were causing you malfunction in your daily life that like you can't really speak about, or you don't feel like you can speak about to your spouse or to your children, because you're supposed to be that guy. You're supposed to be the strong man, the leader of your pack. Mm-hmm. How would you deal with that?
So for me personally, I'll speak on that first, and then I'll go into like how other people can, elevate or get past those low points in their life. Mm-hmm. For me personally, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Like I'm super positive. It's really hard to get me down. Mm-hmm. I see, the positive in almost any situation. Right. I got laid off from my job, and I smiled, and I was super excited. I was like, this means I can work on my business full time. So I was fired up, right? And so someone else in that same situation would be like, man, my life's over. I lost my engineering job, all this stuff, right? So you have to find a way. You have to find a way to see the good in the situation. Mm-hmm. And for some people, it's harder than others. Mm-hmm. And for those people that it's harder than, maybe they had a messed up childhood, maybe something very traumatic happened in their life where they can't see the positive. I'm a big proponent of therapy, right? I think therapy is really good for people because you get an outside source that's not going to judge you, that's not going to criticize you, that's not going to hold it against you. Mm-hmm. You may share with your wife or your friends about like, man, I'm going through this. I'm really down. And you may hold back a little bit because I might share a little bit with you, but I don't want to share the whole thing because I don't want you to view me a certain way. Mm-hmm. And so with a therapist, you can share everything and then get it all off your chest. And then they can give you feedback about this is how you should view the situation, or this are the steps you can take to get out of that headspace.
Right.
So
yeah. I agree.
That's deep.
That's very deep.
That's
Because I've been to therapy myself, and honestly, I've never felt so relieved in my life until that day that I went to therapy, and it was only like 4 times, but it changed my life. It changed my whole perspective on like how I see myself, how I respond to things now, and how much more control I am of my emotions and where I'm at, because it all boils down to like why am I feeling like this? Like, and then once you ask yourself why you're feeling like this, it always leads to a specific thing. Once you find out what that thing is that's really bothering you, that's really causing you to feel that specific emotion, then that's when you're able to actually kind of deal with that emotion and in real time. You know what I mean? And you're able to relieve yourself of that pressure, of that anxiety, of that depression, of whatever you're going through. Because with men, we tend to just hold it in and we don't really ask ourselves those why questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I never really like asked myself why. I just kind of like chalked it up and just said, you a hoe.
Yeah.
And you
But-
need to deal with it.
But it goes back to, many times it goes back to people's childhood,
Right.
you know? And
Absolutely.
so if they never overcome those things, they can never move past and reach their true GOAT that they can be.
Right.
People need to stop being hoes.
I agree,
up, bro.
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
But,
Straight up, man.
but for some, it's easier than others.
It is.
And-
It is. It is. And you, to your point, bro, you can't hold it against nobody. Everybody
Yeah.
is going through their own battles. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that their emotions and their thoughts aren't valid. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own battle. But how long will you choose to be on the losing end?
It's a choice.
Right.
It's a
choice.
It is a choice,
absolute
absolutely.
choice, right?
Absolutely.
And I always tell people like, hey, take today to grieve. Tomorrow we back at it.
Back
You
at
know what I'm
it.
saying? Like, you deserve your time for yourself to let it all out, express
Right.
it how you want to express it. But that's on the time limit.
Life
know-
goes on.
Life
know,
goes on.
life does go on.
Because guess what? In 30 more days, that another bill finna come. You know what I'm saying?
it's true, bro.
There's gonna be another bill. Goddamn me. Guess what?
My boy had told me one day, we was talking, and he was just like, I can understand how some people can have a bad day. But when people say they have a bad week, he's like, what the fuck is going on with you?
Yeah.
How the
Exactly.
hell do you have a bad week?
You know, I heard a story about that.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
the story goes, someone's driving to work and they get a flat tire.
Uh-huh.
They show up to work and their boss is like yelling at them, why'd you show up late? Right? Oh, I got a flat tire. And they go home from work and their wife's like, how's your day? Oh, it's horrible. I got a flat tire. Right? And then a week later, how's your week? Oh, it's horrible. I got a flat tire on Monday. Right? And then a month later, they're like, how's your month? Oh, it's horrible. I got a flat tire a month ago. And they just keep retelling themselves that story until it's a bad year, until it's a bad life.
They don't
because they
accept
just
it.
focus on
One
the negative.
on one
Right.
thing
On
too.
one thing.
People do that
And they
often.
keep telling
Just
themselves
one
the
thing,
same story,
yeah.
and then they keep sharing it with everyone.
Uh-huh.
This happened to me. This happened to me.
Let that shit die where it was at.
Exactly.
Let it
Yeah.
die where it's at. Accept what it was. Let it die where it's at and keep moving forward.
Yeah. So the difference between someone that's successful and someone that's not is just their ability to control their emotions. Right?
100%.
So many times I don't feel like going to the gym or eating on plan or doing the things I need to do for my business. But I don't listen to those emotions. And then that's why I'm sitting where I am today. Right? Sometimes I listen to those emotions. Maybe I'd be higher or further along. But your ability to control those emotions will dictate your success.
And I feel like when you understand like what happiness is, you really won't let those emotions kind of drag you down, because the happiness is so much more important than you being down and out. Because when you're being down and out, you understand on how things are affected in your environment, in your proximity. And when you are the man of your house, or when you are building a family, or even when you have friends, you know what I'm saying?
Don't
Like,
touch me. I was fucking with you.
He's being a little emotional.
hey, Mark, stop being a hoe.
I tell him.
But like when you have friends, when you have a proximity, you know what I'm saying? Like you really don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
The guy that causes the anchor, the guy that causes the chaos, in your environment. You know what I'm saying? So like when you boil it down to like what is actually more important, then that's when you can kind of start leveraging those things and actually understanding that, like, even though you're not motivated to go to the gym, you're dedicated for this reason, that reason, and this reason. And these reasons outweigh this emotion.
Yep.
Because this emotion actually isn't even real, hasn't even come
Not
into
even real, bro.
fruition, right? It's
It's
not
just-
even real.
I
Chemicals in
tell
your
you what,
brain.
man. Once they start to practice that dedication, and they see a win, that drives a new emotion.
Momentum.
Not just momentum, but that drives a new emotion, right? That joy, that happiness of, oh shit, I did this, right? Remember we were so excited, man. Hey, bro, we got up to 50K followers here. You know what I'm saying? 60K followers. That's a new emotion. That new emotion is driving you. It's driving you. You don't look back at the past of like those periods where we just stuck at a following. You know what I'm saying? We putting all the content out and numbers are just not going nowhere, right? Once you start to find momentum, you just decide to be dedicated to finding that new positive influence that's going to keep you going forward. So instead of being fat, lazy, and out of shape, once you drop that first 10 pounds, that's going to drive a new emotion of like, oh man, I'm actually on the right path. Now you start to see a little slimmage come on, like, oh shit, that's driving a new emotion. Now I'm starting to see abs. Oh, we got them now. You feel me? So like you got to stay dedicated with the mindset of finding that new joy in your life.
Yep.
No matter what area that is, finances, relationships, your health, anything, you just got to start and stick with it to find that positive emotion that's going to keep you
You gotta
going.
stick with it and disregard those negative emotions that are holding you back.
On me.
Holding you back.
Because that shit just
Because
going
that's exactly what they're doing, holding you back.
Yeah, but I'll say you spoke on happiness, but I'll take it one level deeper. It's about gratitude. So if you're not
Oh,
grateful,
yeah.
if you're not grateful for where you're at,
Right.
you can never be happy,
Nope.
and you can never go for more.
Right.
So you're grateful to go to the gym.
Uh-huh.
Most people can. There's some people that can't go to the gym, right? They have a disability or whatever. But you go to the gym regularly because you realize that it's a gift. You get to go to the gym.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have to. You get to.
I get to.
It's just a change in sentence, a change in phrase, but it has such a big difference in meaning.
Perception.
Yeah, it's all about your perception, man. Like, you don't have to. I get to go lose weight. I get to go get in shape. I get to go feel better, have more energy. I get to go attack my goals.
I
You
get
feel
to
me?
live one more day.
I get to live an extra day, not just for myself, but I get to teach these positive habits to my loved ones, to my family. You know what I'm saying? I get to. Not that I have to. I'm not. I don't. Shit, it's a burden. No, you get to. You chose these actions, so now you get to be the better person to follow through on all those things.
It's like changing your sentences. You know, like how you said earlier, the guy with the flat tire. At first, he probably was like, "Damn, I got a flat tire."
But nobody's gonna be
But
like,
then-
man, I get to have a flat tire.
No. But I'm saying, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that, like, my man's could have been like, "Damn, I got a flat tire," or he could be like, "Well, I got a flat tire." And just the change in the sentence changes the emotion.
Because now he get to use his AAA.
That's right.
You feel me?
That's right. He gets to show up late for work.
I get to show up late for work.
I get to miss my first meeting.
I got an excuse. I don't have to go to my first meeting.
Me can't interrupt him, so I
Exactly, yo.
can't go to it. For
Exactly, yo.
Yeah. So to leave the people off, what's one word of advice with handling your emotions or controlling your emotions that you would give?
Writing them down.
That's a lot of
Absolutely.
one words.
I would say having a journal. I actually have 3 different journals. I have 3 different journals for different purposes, but I write them down. Whether if it's business, whether if it's personal, whether if it has to do with my personal life, like my family. I write them down. I don't do it all the time, but when I am really feeling down and out, and I'm really feeling compressed, I'll write it down in either one of the journals, just because I feel like just getting it out. If you're not able to get to your therapist, or you're not able to call your friend because they're at work, don't wait on somebody to help you. Journal it. Help yourself.
Well, since we were supposed to do one words,
Well, I mean, like
Journal.
no, I got 2 words, man. The first word would be
Hey, he said one word.
yeah. I'm gonna do one word
give
separate.
a sentence. One sentence.
One sentence. No, the first word would be honesty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to be honest with yourself to say, like, okay, I'm in this position. You have to be honest about where you're actually at so that you could come up with a plan to put yourself in a better position. Where you're actually at is emotionally draining. Where you're actually at is physically draining, spiritually draining. This is my surroundings. These are my circumstances. This is it. Now, these are the things I could do to get myself in a better position. You have to be honest and not try to draw or paint this false reality of, okay, I'm fucked up here, but at least I got a nice car. At least I get to go to the club on the weekends with my friends and then go home and cry myself to sleep at night because nothing's really changed. You feel me? Be honest with yourself if you want more for yourself. Honesty. Transparency, man. Like, second thing is fear. Once you're honest with yourself and you realize, okay, I need more, do not be afraid to take that step and be consistent with that step. No matter what anybody in your outside society, your peers, anything, no matter what the fuck anybody on social media has to say about the steps that you take in your life, fuck them. That has nothing to do with you and your outcome, because once they see you in a better position, nobody ever pays attention to the journey. They only see the outcome.
Exactly.
And if they do notice the journey, everybody's going to drop their opinion. But it's through that path that you have to negate any negative emotions that people are trying to throw at you, any negative vibrations that people are trying to throw at you. You need to have your guard up. You feel me? And that guard is just a strong mindset to say, fuck y'all, I'm in this for me and what I want out of this. You feel me? So that's my 2 words. Is first, being honest with yourself, and second, don't be afraid, because it's really fuck these people out here. Everybody is negative. Everybody's at the underground. They're down, and they only want to drag you down with them.
Exactly.
You feel me?
No one above you is going to bring you down.
It's like haters are gonna hate. You just can't give them that power. Because as soon as you give them that response, they instantly have power. Instantly. So I guess we got gratitude, we have honesty, we have fear, and we have journaling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You guys can take those actions and kind of bottle those up exactly how you want to. But
I'll give them one bonus. One bonus is
word.
Your community, right? If you surround yourself with great friends, people that are trying to level up in their life, like these guys, it's hard to stay down. It's hard to stay down because your friends are someone you're going to be able to lean on and get inspiration from. But if your friends are just people that don't do much, gossip, go to the club,
and you don't feel comfortable talking to them, then it's a problem.
It's a problem. So evaluate who you surround yourself with. That's what I'll say.
So shit, hey, I feel my horns growing right now. You feel me? That was some GOAT shit.
I know where it's gonna take it. I know where it's gonna take it.
I was looking at like,
Hey,
you're like, hey, boy, you better control those emotions.
They got him. Nah, for real though, man. Y'all dropped some GOAT shit, man. Y'all got some GOAT shit going for us, for the people at the crib, man. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you stop what you're doing right now. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Those are the 2 most important things. And please just leave a comment and let us know what else you want us to talk about it. Oh yeah, you gotta share this with just 3 people.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Appreciate you guys. We out.
peace.